The village that you see behind me is about to get some major changes in today's video. It has been a minute since I have actually taken care of this village, and I feel bad every single time I upload an episode and I don't work on this because this was my baby. This was my first ever project that I really cared about in Lego Fortnite. And if you guys have been following this daily survival series, you'll know that this thing has been neglected and it has definitely seen better days. And we have a lot of goals for today's episode, so instead of telling you, we're just going to take you through it. As you can see, as I move in between this area right here, the notification on my screen changes. We haven't been able to build here, which has been my main problem and the reason I haven't upgraded anything. But today, one of the first things we're going to be doing is optimizing this place. If you want me to be honest with you, I've been super inefficient with the way I've been building, especially in this village. I've gotten better, but at the beginning, I was using stuff like this for floors, and this just is not smart if you're trying to be under the build limit. So our first housekeeping item today is deleting all of these. And that was the last floor. I should have probably said this before I started breaking stuff, but take one last good look at this place. You know, it looks really ugly, but at the same time, it doesn't take away from how iconic this is, because a lot of you guys have been here since the very beginning of the series, and I appreciate that. But you guys have basically seen this entire thing get built up from the ground, and today we're tearing a lot of it apart. So yeah, take one last good look at it, like I said, because we're not done yet. We are just getting started. Next, we're gonna go ahead and break this building down. This was the first ever structure that I built besides my two original villages that have not been shown on camera way down here. This was really the first shed that I made that had a roof on it. I mean, I never actually closed off the roof completely because there was a staircase that never got finished. But yeah, this was my first building. I probably didn't even know how to use snapping mode at the time, which if somehow you guys are watching this video and you don't know how to use snapping mode, definitely use snapping mode. It makes building so much easier. And I believe when I break this, the entire thing should come falling down. Actually, wait, instead of wasting my pickaxe health, why don't I try this? I know there's at least one person watching this video that was thinking in their heads, why doesn't he throw TNT? So we're gonna try this. Ooh, wait, that's actually useful. Okay, and bang. Does that do it? It almost does it. We'll go ahead and break the rest ourselves. Oh, wow. That's crazy. It's fully gone. I mean, it had to happen at some point. Obviously, the building was half finished and it was really ugly. But like I've already said, it was a little iconic. So it is kind of sad to see it go. Either way, now we have a lot more room to build something new. And what I'm doing right now is just destroying even more stuff. And the reason that I'm doing this is because all of the areas that don't have buildings, I'm just going to remove the support floors completely. As you can see, areas like this make sense because there's actually buildings and things that are going to be built here. But in corners like this, there's just no need for there to be supports. It makes the entire village look like it's unfinished, and also it probably takes up more of our memory. As you can see, we definitely lag quite a bit while we're here. Usually this wouldn't happen. Okay, there we go. I know I keep talking about this warning at the top of my screen, but for the last time, I'm pretty sure I just got rid of it. Usually when I'm in the storage room, I always have it, and right now I don't. And I also just saw it get resolved at the top of the screen, so I think I did it. Now, obviously, we still have more to take care of, so we're gonna keep breaking stuff. And I gotta be careful about breaking this one in particular because it's the ramp up to my snow village, and this cannot come falling down. So we gotta support it somehow. Let's try this. And oh boy, I hope this works, because if not, this thing's gonna come tumbling down. It worked. And you know what? After further consideration, I realized some of you guys were probably hoping that the staircase came tumbling down. I think it's time to get rid of the staircase, and I'll explain why. Again, this is an episode of change, and here we go. This is one of the changes we're making. Oh my goodness, look at this thing. Oh, I should have got a better view. Wait. Oh, it's lagging my server now. Oh my, it's levitating. What's going on? I think it just came to a stop. Yes, it finally came to a stop. Now we have this really interesting looking bridge, and this gives our world some character. If it makes our world lag, then maybe I'll delete it, but for now, we're just gonna keep this. Also, I'm a horrible YouTuber. We're like way into this video, and I haven't even told you guys to subscribe. We are so close to 900K, so if you want to say you were here before 900K, then subscribe. I am so confused. I have 3 beds here. They all are not assigned to villagers for some reason. And then I go over here and I talk to somebody currently staying at my village. They tell me they're gonna leave, but I can give them a job and they can work for me still. The only one I'm scared about is Yeti. I can't lose him. But either way, let me go ahead and finish breaking the last of this floor, and then we are going to go ahead and build a new staircase like the one we just broke, except it's going to be better. And I believe that about does it for our cleanup on the floor for now. As you can see, areas like this and over there look a lot cleaner in my opinion. What I'm standing on now still needs a little bit of cleanup, but other than that, everything looks a lot more tidy. We're lagging again, of course. Do you guys get this lag too, where like you just can't move and then that happens, or is it just me? And the next thing that we have to do is come up to this part of the main entry, because if we look around, the structure of this is horrible. There's gaps. Both sides are actually completely uneven. I mean, honestly, you would probably never tell, but it bothers me that it's so messy. So we're gonna go ahead and break this apart now, and we're gonna use all our new building skills and hopefully really make this thing look a lot better. Oh, did I just broke my crops. How does that even happen? So the top is gone, and this is what it looks like. That's interesting. Honestly, I don't hate it. What if we did something different this time around? Just a thought. I want to try something because that actually doesn't look bad without that big archway. And it's dark, so you can barely see this, but I tried putting on one of these. Okay, and we're doing that lagging thing again. I wanted to try out this dojo looking roof, and I really like the way it looks. The only problem is it doesn't match the rest of the building. So I decided that I'm going to leave this up to the comments, because I was super close to just destroying both of these buildings and then rebuilding it with these types of walls. That way it would match the theme of the rest of our village. Obviously, this is the only thing left that doesn't match. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to leave it up to the comments. If you guys want to see this destroyed, let me know. Obviously, I don't think this would be too hard to recreate, so I can recreate it in the future. But for this area, before I do it, I think I need your guys' permission. Like I said, we are building the biggest empire on Lego Fortnite. It's not just me. This is a journey that we've all been on together. I figure I'll get your guys' opinions on that. Let's back out so we can get daytime. Daytime is so much better in this game. It's actually insane. Anyway, I mentioned I was going to build a staircase after the one I just destroyed, but I want to put it in a specific spot, and I don't have this part of my village built out yet, so I can't do that, but we're going to do something even better. We have to start by breaking all these beds, so hopefully my villagers don't leave, and I'll definitely take all of this wood. What? Why am I missing a railing right here? Where did it go? Well, we made it up here to the 3rd floor, and we're gonna go ahead and pop in some beds for our villagers. The beds are an upgrade from the default green ones, and also it's a little bit nicer now that they're actually in a house. I ain't going too crazy with decorations, but we'll give them a little side table. And now they got a bed set up. Now we got this empty area. This is what I've been working on for the beginning of this entire episode, obviously, and we're gonna start building here. It's a very important piece of land because as you walk through the entry to the village, it's the first thing you really face on with. So I gotta go hard on this build, and I have an idea of something I want to make. I just have no idea how to do it. And it actually starts with a staircase to elevate the entire build because everything here is on the same level. It's all pretty flat. So to start this build, we are going to go ahead and use some of these. And it's back. Probably because I'm using these really tiny floors. So we got to cut some corners here and use bigger floors. I really thought with everything I deleted, I would be able to work in a new building, but apparently that's not the case. Okay, so this part is laid out now. And honestly, that took me a while. And I haven't even started the building. So let's go ahead and start the building. And I just realized I accidentally stopped recording and I lost a lot of the footage of me building this first part. But to catch you guys back up to speed, we built this cool little doorway and then we put some pillars on both sides of it for the extra little design that you see there. And the rest of this building is wrapped with this open window design, except for right here, because that's where the staircase is. And then also in each corner, it didn't line up perfectly. So I put these little panels. But yeah, this is the first story done. And now I'm moving on to the second story. I have an idea for this, and assuming that everything is lined up here, which it should be, the idea is to put in roofs so that it fits perfectly and there's a roof on both sides. And if we look at it from the front, now that I laid some roofs down, you can see what I'm trying to go for here, but there's still some imperfections in it. As you can see, there's a gap here, which there's not a gap on the rest of it, so we gotta fill that in, and I honestly don't even know how, so let's do this together. Okay, we're gonna go like this, and yeah, now that's filled in, but the only problem with that is now there's a gap here. So if you're on the bottom floor, you see this nice textured panel wall, and then you just have this gap. However, there's a solution to that because they give you this wall right here that's called the half panel wall, and I believe that it should fit in the spot right there, right there. Oh, so there's a tiny gap between you and me. No one else will know. Okay, we're gonna keep that there. no one's ever gonna know. And I mean, realistically, if we wanted to hide it, we could just do something like that. And I guess we could take it across the entirety of our building, so we have this like interesting design. I mean, honestly, I'm just gonna do that. Sorry, when I do these builds, I'm all over the place with ideas and I just try to do things and I cut a lot of them out of the video. But this idea is probably gonna stick because it solves our problem with the gap there. All right, and there's that done. Now we don't have a gap. Anyway, as you can see, this roof design is pretty interesting. I haven't decided what I'm doing on this side yet. I can always just throw panels up here. You know what? I'm just gonna toss them there for now. I might change that part out because the roof just abruptly ends right here. But if I don't, I do still like the way this looks. If I close the door and walk back for a second, you can see there's this nice hallway that walks you down to this grand entry, double doors, and then you come up this way. And I think it's time to do the second floor. And the second floor is exciting because this is where the idea comes in. And we finished the second floor, as you can see, but it's very tiny and it's not even really a floor. It's just a staircase that's actually going to bring you all the way up to the third floor. This is a very unique build idea that I thought of, and I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. We've reached a problem with our build, and it's that this thing is in the way. So in the spirit of saying goodbye to our OG base, we are tearing down our sniper tower. You know, this is one of the first things I built. So again, this is a sad moment. Ow. Okay. We just dropped a roof on our head. Before that happened, what I was going to show you was the reason we built this. So if you don't remember, back in the day, I didn't know what to build and I decided to build the sniper tower just so I could put one triple damage crossbow inside of it. I think at this point, since it's connected, I can just take it down from the bottom and we're going to see this thing crumble down on top of us. And unfortunately, that's another OG building down. I'm honestly just gonna leave it here for now. And to finish off what we were doing before we tore down the sniper tower, we need to make this look a little bulkier because at the moment, if you step back, it looks really thin on this side and kind of odd. So we definitely have to beef it up by adding some support. And I just realized I'd never even finished off this part, so we're gonna do that right now. And I think finishing this part off will actually add a lot to the way the building looks. So let's fill in this last gap and then let's go ahead and put a roof on this thing. So the last thing we need to do for this part is go ahead and connect them, and there's gonna be this cool underpass. Oh, we just gotta put 1 and 2, and now you enter. Oh, that looks so much better. So now we have this, and I might even raise it a little bit more because the roof looks like it should be higher. Yeah, I feel like I need to do that. You know, we have to make every building bigger than the last, and this one's pretty big. So if we want to match it, we got to make another pretty big building. And we have finished off our roof. So now if we take a step back, you can see that it looks a little bit more to scale. There's a lot that I have to do, including putting a ton of support beams that look like these ones, just because we want this place to look like it's realistic. And yeah, these things don't float. So I also have to add some on this balcony as well. And then I'm sure we will connect them in the future. I don't know if you guys can see the vision yet, but I really want this village to come together where there's multiple levels of it. So like add buildings up here and pathways and things like that. It would make this place look super vertical. But I'm just gonna leave this as a balcony, and I know I asked you guys to comment on this, whether we should destroy these two buildings, but I also want you guys to comment and let me know if I should make this a building with walls or if I should just put fences around it. My original plan with this was to actually put these. I personally think that would look really cool. Another obvious option that we can go for is this wall because it has a window in it, or like I said, we can just have a fence, but I'll leave that up to you guys. One more thing that I want to do in today's video is come back over here and break these off. So the first thing we have to do here is swap out the railings that we use for these shorter ones, and the reason we do that is so we can get this walkway that goes across, and then we're putting a staircase. We'll toss this fancy little fence post here, and now we have something where they won't fall off, and we're gonna build a little room right here. And this room isn't anything crazy, but I do want something as kind of like a lookout tower, and this is it. We should probably put some railings on the staircase just for our safety. But yeah, you walk up into this room, and for right now, I have no idea what to put in this room, so a throne will do. And actually, you know what? I'll just make this my room for now. So I'll put my bed here. I'll put a little coffee table right next to it. That'll be my nightstand as well. Got to get some color in here, of course. So we'll put a chair there. And what I'm actually doing right here is I'm raising the floor because I'm going to build a kitchen. And I just thought that it would look better if it was raised up a little bit. As you can see, we even have a sink here wait, I just realized I have storage in this. So we'll finish it off right here. I don't want to add any actual decor because unfortunately, I think it'll make our world lag too much. So this is a nice start for our bedroom. I would like to put at least one chest up here. And the last thing for this video is, like I said, said, let me know what I should do with this area. I'm thinking that we should probably just do fences, but let me know if there's anything that I'm not thinking of that could be cool here. And thank you if you watched all the way until the end. The next episode is going to be more work on this because, like I said, a lot more needs to get done, but this is a great start to the transformation of our village because, yeah, it's goodbye to the OG village, man. It's completely different already, and I think these towers are going to be the next thing to go because now if you walk through here, it just doesn't really match the vibe. Compared to where we were at the beginning of this episode, I think this building has come a long way. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Drop a like if you did, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.